Hey, happy
Hello there.
Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, thanks for joining us. The Sunday Stew Pot, episode 171. I'm Lou Marconi at Marconi251 on Instagram and Marconi1973 on X. Friend, co-host, and hetero partner at Corey Castle everywhere. Click on the link in the description of the show for allthatbutter.com. Promo code STEW, the number 15, STEW 15, stew 15, 15% off your order. Beard butter, body butter, and hair butter. So it's great stuff. Check it out. Great stuff. I use it all the time on my facial hair. Summertime goatee, wintertime beard. So personally like it. Hey, we're talking Dark Side of the Ring, Paul Orndorff episode. We can go back to a little bit about the Renegade. I don't know if you caught any of that or not.
I watched the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could talk a little bit more because there was an interesting part that somebody can't remember who the guy that does the podcast with Cornette
Brian
brought up
Last.
a good point. What's that?
His name is Brian Last.
Brian Last, yeah, Brian Last, which made a great point, which I didn't even think about it, but I brought it up to my wife and she thought it was funny. Speaking of which, let's just take a moment and wish my wife a very happy birthday today. Happy birthday, Christine. Love you. Hope you have a great day. Okay? No, today's her birthday. I'm not going to say her age, but today's
Well,
my
I
wife's
wasn't going to
birthday.
ask. I wasn't going to ask. I for sure wasn't going to ask. But I was going to say, when I told Alyssa last night, well, actually, it wasn't last night. She overheard us talking about it last week, about how we were going to record a day early.
Yeah. Yeah, we're recording this a day early.
And she was like, he's a good husband. He's a good husband.
Speaking of which, let's get this out of the way, okay? Speaking of which, Alyssa, sweetheart, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. Got the thank you card. We actually have, I want to do comparison of wedding pictures because
sure.
I have your wedding picture that was in the thank you card. So I took a picture of it. I have it here ready to share. It's going to kind of spring it on you as a surprise.
Okay,
And
well, I'm shocked. I'm surprised.
what's that? What's that?
You,
Yeah, let me
you
go.
surprised me.
Well, let's go here. This is your wedding picture.
Right.
So this was I think the end of the ceremony. You had the bear skin and you're walking around. Nice picture. Who took the picture? Was it the hired photographer? I take it. Do you know who took that?
I don't know. I bet it was. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, I know you did have a videographer and a photographer
Right.
there. I didn't
Right.
know that. So yes, and people, just so you know, this was June 26th. So this is just a little bit less than 2 months ago, and that was the only time Corey and I have ever seen each other in real life, which was funny. People at the wedding couldn't believe it, but it's
Yeah.
true. It's true. We've been friends for how long? About like 9 years or something.
Yeah, yeah.
About something
Over
like
that now.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So there's that one, and let me go ahead and pull up my wedding picture because I wanted to show that to people. Let me get that up here. Yep, here we go.
Well,
This is mine. What's that? Go ahead. What were you about to say?
I was just about to say, I don't know if you noticed it when you showed our wedding picture, how big of a smile on my face that I
Yeah.
had. At,
I look
well,
serious in mine. I'm all stoic.
I mean, it wasn't my picture. I wasn't talking necessarily about my face in the picture, but my face, me now looking at it, being like, remembering how happy of a day that was.
It was a
I
very
just
happy day. Yeah.
was.
It was even funnier. Was Renee was the whole time. I guess you were making a speech at the reception. We were waiting for you to start doing "Please take my wife" jokes. Like you weren't even married for 2 hours yet. You were going to start doing "Take my wife" jokes.
No, she's mine. You can't take.
Yeah, no, somebody please take my wife. All right.
I'll tell you.
I gotta tell you. All right. I don't think Alyssa probably would have laughed. Yeah, she wouldn't have taken it seriously. But anyway, yes, this was June 15th, 2013. So this was 13 years ago.
You haven't aged a day. You guys look exactly the same.
Look at how dark my beard is then compared to now.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a lot more gray hair than I did
Looks
back
like
then.
you used to use just for men, and you decided.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our wedding picture. So that was that was actually we were still living in North Carolina at the time, and if I remember correctly, we did drive up to Ohio because everybody was in Ohio, so we drove up to Ohio to have the wedding. And then we drove to the mountains of North Carolina for the honeymoon and went back to Raleigh after that. So,
Nice.
yeah, it was real nice. It was real nice. So yeah, I thought I'd share the wedding pictures. So you remember how I told you how I wanted to do that when I got the thank you note, and it was wonderful. Alyssa, thank you. It was a pleasure being there. Thank you for having us be a part of your day. It was nice. So hey, that was cool. But all right, that was
What a sweet little moment. Thanks for sharing.
Well, thank you for having us share the day with you. We Christine. It was nice for us to all meet each other, and people like I've talked about my wife many times, and now you got to see her. And
Yeah, there's a face to the name to the story.
That's what. Yeah.
Not many stories, but for sure, like ones where you're like, I said this, and this is how she reacted.
Yeah.
A bunch of like big old stories, but
Right.
big enough. But happy birthday, Christine! I hope hope you have a great one, and thanks for sharing it with us here.
And
today.
then our oldest September 5th will be 11.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
that
flying by.
Should be 11. Yeah, it's man. She's starting middle school Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah, middle school and
She's
sixth grade. And
already starting school.
August 18th, their first day.
Dang.
Yeah.
Right. Summer's over.
Summer's flown by. Yeah, I mean Labor Day is not too far away either. So, football season starting, so that's good. So wait a second. If I'm not mistaken, the Paul Orndorff episode. This was just with the Dark Side of the Ring. Then I think it's Missy Hyatt next week, and I couldn't find the trailer for it to play it, so I'm sorry about that. I tried finding it. I might still look for it while we're doing the show.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm trying to find that. But I know they did. They're doing Missy Hyatt next, and I think there's one more episode after that, and I'd have to see what it is. So the Missy Hyatt. That would be interesting.
Yeah. So they are normally do they have about 10 episodes a season? Because this past one was 7.
Yeah.
So if there's Missy and then one more,
it'll be 9. It'll be Missy, it'll be 9 ones. So there'll be gonna be 9. The one August 18th and the 25th. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Let me try to look it up because I know next week. Then there's one more after that, and I know Missy High would be an interesting one to do because I mean. But back to the Renegade, Brian Last made a good point. Was like you saw when his wife divorced him. She was with him and married to him while he was an exotic dancer.
right?
Then when he became a wrestler, he started cheating on her. It was just like then that bothered her. It was like he didn't have this temptation and all this stuff happening when he was a dancer.
Right.
So it's just kind of.
Right.
It was a good point. It was a good point. I was like, yeah, even my wife said that.
Yeah. Nobody swung on his 10-inch vine before. Nobody. Like, she was really late to mess up his whole house and all his clothes and every single thing he had.
Right.
I'm pretty sure when they showed younger pictures of him, and I have to look this up. I don't know where to find the images, but when they show younger pictures of him, he looks like we went to Universal Studios when I was 3, and they had like a Conan the Barbarian show. And the guy who they had playing Conan the Barbarian looked just like this guy, like the younger pictures of him when he was like a exotic dancer. Probably not the same guy, but looked exactly to me from this. I was like, when they showed the picture, I was like, that's the same guy from the Conan the Barbarian stage show at Universal from when I was 3.
Episode 9 after Missy Hyatt will be about Zach Gowen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, that'd be interesting to watch. But yeah, the one about Renegade, I mean, I think Cornette also made a good point saying that he wasn't trying to be a wrestler; he was trying to be a celebrity.
Yeah,
And,
that makes sense. like, because if he really, it was just that he wanted to be famous. He didn't care what avenue it was, and wrestling happened to be hot, and that was what took. Also,
Yeah.
can you say the thing about the Zach Gowen? That would be an interesting thing to watch.
Why?
Again, can you just
Yeah,
say it
yeah,
again?
that would be interesting to watch. Zach Gowen would be interesting to watch.
Well, exactly. You're like, do 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 do.
Yeah, we're not doing an 11-minute show.
That's our time, folks. Thanks
That's
for
it. All right, thank you. All right. So, God. All right. Let's keep it real here. The Renegade. Well, we talked about it. I'm going to segue in order. Renegade got pushed where he went over Arn Anderson for the TV title, which was something he shouldn't have been in a position to do. He didn't have the work rate. He didn't have the experience. And then in Clash of Champions, he went over Paul Orndorff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who booked this? I mean, for God's sakes. And
Right.
then-
Well, it's the same. Like they still do it. The like forcing somebody down your throat who isn't
Yeah.
ready for the push. Because like you've seen it. If you watch the show Unreal, they're like, oh, these people are going to not be ready, but we're going to pull them up anyway. It is like the same sort of thing. It's like they're like, well, we gotta make a star, so let's make this guy a star who might not be ready for it.
Right. Let's see here.
The only way to be ready is to get. The only way to get ready is to be ready. Is that the way?
Yeah, you could say that. The only way to get ready is to be ready. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. He was not, it wasn't fair to him. But, Orndorff was the pro that he was. And go ahead. You tell me what you thought about the Paul Orndorff episode.
I thought it was really cool to see the power plant. Like, it would have been really cool to see more about the power plant. Like, I didn't realize he was a major component in that. It was just only it was only a setup to watch him have that match in the New Blood angle in WCW, to watch him do that pile
He
driver
hurt his neck. He got hurt.
and get the nerve damage from doing the pile driver to Jindrak.
Yeah.
But
he shouldn't have been in the ring. He shouldn't have been out there. He should
No.
not have been out there. He was in no condition to be out there.
But,
But-
and
go ahead.
Cornette said it in the episode. He looked great for a 50-year-old man. He did. He looked.
Oh, God, yeah. He looked amazing, but still.
But for sure, he shouldn't have been out there having matches with those guys, or at least not doing his signature moves like that. There are certain things you can and can't do when your bump card's as full as it is.
Oh God, yeah. Well, the thing it was interesting was I knew he played for the Saints. I knew he played college football. I knew he was from Tampa. I knew him and Hogan were trained by Matsuda.
Right, and there was only 3 of them. I didn't know that Brian Blair, Hogan, and Orndorff were the only ones. And
Yeah.
and Brian Blair was awesome in this episode. For real.
Yeah, Brian Blair had a lot to do with the episode. So did Briscoe.
Yeah.
And the thing I wish they talked about the bowling alley stuff. Like he had, well, the thing I wish they would have went into was there was a controversy in that Saturday night's main event cage match where Orndorff won the match. He should have been the champion,
Right.
WWF champion, because he hit the floor before Hogan.
Right.
He did. And they were trying to
don't
time it where they both do it at the same time. But for some reason, Orndorff landed first, and they should have.
He was heavier. He was heavier.
Yes. But I don't know if you. I mean, God, that was 86, 87. So I was
I
maybe
didn't watch.
13 or
I
14.
didn't watch wrestling yet.
That was cool, though. The thing was, he was making big-time money doing that program with Hogan.
Right.
And he drew, like we were talking about, he drew better as a heel than a babyface.
Right.
And that first WrestleMania, it made sense for him to do the job the way he did it. The way they did it worked really well, because then they turned him face for a while, and then they turned him back heel.
I know we've talked about it on here before, but like I've heard guys talking about the change in the air when you're out there during Hogan ripping the shirt, like
Oh, yeah.
the kind of heel that you want to be when that kind of babyface is that over
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah, I've talked about many times why Hogan was over as a face at that time, and you wanted to work with him because you were making money working with him, and that was the name of the game. It was,
Right.
you're trying to make money, and he actually he had injuries. He shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have wrestled again after he retired, but he was swindled out of his money.
Yeah.
From a bowling alley that he owned, and the guy was running a Ponzi scheme, and his money was gone, and he had to go back. The other thing that was tragic too was what was it? The son, the oldest son,
Yeah, the Buzz.
or yeah, Paul the third, or his son. Yeah, that was it was sad. And the thing too, I didn't know that about his wife. His wife had rheumatoid arthritis. She developed a painkiller, like a addiction.
Yeah, and then she got hooked on meth and whatever else.
Just yeah, and it was rough. It was rough. The other thing too is it triggered a memory with me when I saw the video that his son Travis posted.
Right. Yeah.
It looked tragic. It's like, what are you doing? I can understand why people were angry.
Well, it was also COVID times, and like it was like, everything was up in the air and weird. Like as far as like how to handle patients and how to, excuse me, my train's going by.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait for it to go by. I tell you the truth. You go. I'll keep talking on it, and I'll wait till you're done. But I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about, because I remember promising my father-in-law that we wouldn't do anything like that. That we'd make sure he had his dignity. And this was 10 months before he passed. And I kept that promise. I also promised him I was going to honor what he wanted, whatever he wanted. So I'm looking at this thinking, like, I saw that, but then he had to do it to make a social worker aware to, to do that. Is that train still going?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't even hear it now. Okay. Yeah, so back to it with Travis Orndorff posted that video of his father in the hospital, and people got mad about it, but he did it to make people aware of his situation, because the hospital wouldn't let him go home with him, and he wanted to get him out of there so he can, because even the doctor said he didn't have much longer to live, and he wasn't listed as a next of kin, and his mother wasn't doing anything, and his brother wasn't doing anything.
Right. Like I listened to a kind of a post-show reaction that was Perry Saturn was talking about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, she was taking her old heat on him out on him, like by ignoring him,
Yeah.
like him running around on her." Having people swing off his vine.
And keep in mind, like I said, keep in mind that the son had heat too, because he was never home.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but the end of the episode that I liked was that he talked about when he talks to the fans now, and then he realized the impact his father had with those fans. I mean, Paul Orndorff was one of the best back in his day. He was fantastic.
We talked about it off air right before we got on here, when we talked about his pile driver. For sure, one of the best that's ever done it.
Oh yeah. Well, he had the whole pack. He had the look, he had the attitude, the work rate, he had everything. He was just.
What was the hairspray? The Paul Mitchell hairspray?
He blow dried his hair, Mr. Wonderful.
Well, his son said, like, if he had like a lung damage from Paul Mitchell hairspray at a young age or something like that.
He was special, and it's tragic that he passed away. But him and Hogan had really good matches. Hogan recommended him to Vince when he got to WWF. He said, bring him in. We can draw money with him.
And
they did.
He hardly ever gets talked about when you talk about historic WrestleMania. Like he was a part of the main event of the first WrestleMania. Like he was that draw, and all the reasons that they highlighted were like they got to have somebody who can be a good enough hand to make this person look good, and then also take the loss at the end because Piper ain't doing it.
Oh no,
Piper never wanted to lose to anybody.
no. He wanted to keep his heat.
Right.
He always wanted to keep his heat, and there was also, Orndorff doing it made sense. Plus, T wasn't going over anybody in that match.
Right.
That wasn't going to happen. It was also that I think Piper had the brilliant idea when they realized that Mr. T was an amateur wrestler in high school, and he had an amateur wrestling background. They said, "Okay, we'll keep it amateur. We'll keep it tight. We'll keep it amateur," and that's what made it work. If you watch the match, it's what made it work. Because
I don't think I've ever watched that match.
It's been a long time, but I have many times. And if you paid attention to it, they weren't doing complicated spots. They barely did any spots. So it was interesting because they kept it amateur and they kept it tight. Like he picked them up in a fireman's carry. It was just like
Did you ever see the there's like a stand-up comedy bit that's like Mr. T's daughter telling the inside stories of the first WrestleMania or whatever. Like I know we talked about it on here before, but I'm like, I want to refine that. It'd be more interesting to watch now that we're rethinking about the first WrestleMania and Mr. T and Mr. Wonderful and all that stuff.
It's amazing how that show was pulled off, because that was Vince McMahon put all of his eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
And if that would have failed, that company would have went under.
Yeah, it was a cultural phenomenon.
And it was done with Orndorff. I remember when they did the angle at the War to settle the score, and that was the show the month before that led up to the WrestleMania, and they wanted Piper to put Hogan over, and Piper's like, why?
That was on MTV, right?
That was on MTV. They're like, why do that? Because that would have killed once the babyface pins the heel, the feud's over.
Yeah, and then who wants to pay to see it again?
Right. Yeah.
Like, if we already know this guy's beatable, why are we gonna suspend our disbelief to come and lay our dollars down to sit in the seat?
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. Piper had a really good mind for the business, and that was back in the day when you always protect yourself. And another guy that was like that was Ed Farhat, the Sheik.
Yeah.
He rarely put anybody over. He put over Bobo Brazil a couple times, maybe once or twice, but he never. And it was crazy.
I saw a thing, and tell me if you ever heard this or saw this story. Something like the Sultan, that character that Rikishi did, it was supposed to be Sabu, but he wouldn't do it because he was going to be managed by the Iron Sheik.
Oh, really? Are you there?
For Sabu, but Sabu wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Because of the association with Iron Sheik.
I never heard that. This is actually literally the first time I heard that. But yeah, it was. I mean, overall, that was one of the best episodes. I want to think with the Paul Orndorff. That was one of the best episodes of Dark Side of the Ring this season. This season's been very good. Interesting to see what they do with the Missy Hyatt, because I know she was married to Eddie Gilbert at one time. And I'm trying to think who else she might have been married to. I know she's had relationships with wrestlers. Have you ever been on shows with Missy Hyatt? Yeah. I've gotten along with her. I've never really talked to her a whole lot.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've had some really cool interactions with Missy. She seems like she's just a genuinely sweet person. Like
she was always nice to me, and I was nice to her.
Nothing sneaky about. Like when you meet wrestling people, you're like something sneaky about you. I didn't get that vibe from Missy at all.
No. She's no, and the other Sonny, Tammy Sitch. That's somebody sneaky. Yeah. Did you ever hear that story from Jim Ross about her?
Which one?
Jim, about Tammy Sitch.
I know which story. Which
Oh,
story
which
are you
one?
talking? Yeah.
Well, Jim Ross, she reached out to him after his wife passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Hey, bring me in, and I'll cook for you, I'll clean for you, I'll take care of you in the bedroom. Just bring me in, I'll take care of you." And he thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then he replied, he said, "No, I'm okay, thank you,"
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't want to invite that kind of crazy into his life. He's
Yeah.
a smart man. And Jim Ross, I know he's recovering from surgery too. So Jim, I hope you're doing great. I hope you recover.
Fellow brain surgery survivor.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hats off to Jr.
yeah, hats off to
Sure.
Jr. He's a good dude. He's a good guy. I always liked Jim Ross. But yeah, Missy Hyatt and I wasn't close to her. I was on a few shows with her. Said hi. I've been cordial and professional. She's been cool. So yeah. So looking
It,
forward to that episode.
it's
Go ahead.
funny. It's funny to think about how she was trying to get in on Jr. when any of the messages that her and I have ever exchanged have all been about how she likes to f younger guys.
Who? Tammy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. She did it. She did a bit of oversharing with me at times. Yeah.
I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But you used the art of discernment.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I've got a girlfriend, even though I didn't. I just told her at the time, when someone's trying to get with you and you don't want to get with them, you just tell them you're with somebody. At the time, I was single, but like not for her.
No. Now you can really say it, and you're married, so
Yeah,
you're good. You're good.
I'm not single anymore.
Hey, nope. Keeps me out of trouble. Let's do this. We're about almost 28 minutes in. Let's do some jokes, and then we can figure out what we're going to call this episode. So, do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Let me find one. So you go ahead and go first, and I'm gonna find one.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
Oh
do-
shoot! I'm gonna tell you a dad joke that my dad actually told me. I'm not even gonna read a card. I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna just tell you a joke my actual dad told me on the phone the other day. Also, shout out, happy birthday to my dad. My dad's birthday was yesterday.
Okay. So, his dad's birthday is close to my wife's birthday. All right. I did get to meet your dad at the wedding, so that was cool. All right.
Yes,
so very
we
good.
talked.
Very
We
good.
talked yesterday, and he mentioned meeting you and how you were jacked and scary.
Me? You want to know what? Let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this quick story because this is funny. This is how my wife. You talk about me being a good husband. Tell this one to Alyssa and tell me what she says about this. You can text me later. There was my daughters during the summer went to summer day camp every day. So my wife would take them and drop them off, and then I'd go to work and everything because my wife was off during the summer because she's a teacher's aide. And I guess there was a boy that was bothering my youngest daughter. He was a bully, and he was bothering other kids too. So when my wife heard about this, she goes, "Hey, can you drop her off tomorrow?" And she explained to me what was going on. And could you talk to the camp director about this boy? I'm not going to say his name. So I said, sure, no problem. She goes, and she looked at the girl. She goes, your father's going to take care of it. So I showed up, dropped off my daughter. You got to sign like an iPad that you signed her out and everything, that you dropped her off. And then I went to there's a cabin there where the camp director was. So I walked in and I said, hi, I'm Callista's father. They looked at me like, yes. And I said, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this boy that's been bothering her. And I just kind of handled it. I said, look, she's a 9-year-old girl. She can't hurt anybody.
Right.
This is ridiculous. And I said, this is going to end today, or else do I have to come back and talk to his parents?
And were you doing the old Jim the Anvil Neidhart?
No, that's all I did. No, I was calm. I was quiet. I just
I'm gonna get hungry and forget my manners.
yes. No, that's no. But it was taken care of, and that was it. So my wife was like, "You go talk to them. They'll listen to you." So I did.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, yeah. So like your dad saying, I was jacked and scary. So.
Right.
So that's just kind of like, and I mean, if you would have saw the look, this camp director was a young lady. She was just like, okay, message brought. I said, that's not going to, I said, all right. Because most of the time when a kid's being a jerk like that, it's because the parents are jerks too. Usually. That's usually what happens.
Yeah. It's a trickle-down system.
Pretty much, yeah. They say, what does they say? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, you know?
Yeah, nobody's born a dick. No one's born a bully. Like, your parents make you that way. No one's born a racist. You're raised by them, and they put that on you.
Yeah, it's you're product of your environment.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, go ahead. You do the dad joke, and then I'll do the joke that I have.
What do you call two lesbians in a closet?
Wow. Go ahead.
A liquor cabinet. That was an actual joke from my dad. A dad joke.
Salute. Salute. So, this is something, it's more of a question and a joke at the same time. What do you call a guy that's angry because he has a small wiener?
I think I have a really good guess that it might be it, but I'm going to say what?
A micro penis aggression?
Yeah, that was my guess. It's a good joke.
Is that what you want to call the episode? No.
Micro
penis.
machines.
Micro what?
Micro machines.
Micro machines. All right, I'm going to say. Go ahead.
Do you remember those commercials for Micro Machines where the guy would talk real fast?
Yes, Micro Machines. Okay, we'll do that. Episode 171, Micro Machines. Well, hey, transversely, I'm going to say this last one, and then we're going to go right into the close of the show.
After my tag, am I going to tag it and then go right?
Yeah, we could do that. We could. I'll let you. I'll give you a chance to tag it. So let me just kind of go with this story because transversely with me, I've always been told I've had nothing to worry about. So I was pretty confident about that. But there was years ago when I was young, I was with this girl that was legally blind. But she wasn't Helen Keller. She could hear and she could talk. So it wasn't nothing like that. But she was legally blind. And with the first time we were intimate together, she was telling me she could not believe how well endowed I was. And I'm like, but it turns out she was just pulling my leg.
It was love at first here.
What does that mean, James?
Can I just tell you one other quick story before we get out of here?
Sure, I got time.
It's kind of a joke. I think I might do it on stage, but I'm not sure. So
go ahead. Go ahead.
I bought flowers for my wife yesterday, and when
I saw the picture on Instagram. I saw it on Instagram. It was very nice of you.
When I gave them to her, there was like a sticker on them that said not edible. It said not edible on the sticker on the side of the bouquet. And I said, I handed them to Alyssa and I said, see how it says not edible on there? And she's like, yeah, that's weird. And I was like, well, if you talk to the flowers, they actually identify as edible. They're a transplant.
Does that mean the show's over? Show's over.
Show's over.